Hello, 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 friends. Welcome tonight. Thanks for being here. It is Thursday night. Not used to doing these on Thursday night. Usually used to doing these on Wednesday night. Go Sunday and Wednesday, but tonight this week I'm doing Monday and Thursday because Sunday night I was busy writing a paper. So I welcome you. Welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary live on my live stream. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks Take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks Commentary live on YouTube. Again, usually on Sunday and Wednesday, this week on Monday and Thursday. And I really appreciate you joining me on this off night. I always like to say, if you're in my neighborhood in Steveston and Richmond, if you're local, if you're in the city, if you're in the province, if you're in the country, if you're on the continent, or if you are anywhere around the world, I really appreciate you being here. I know that you could be doing anything else right now. So small number right now, but maybe hopefully people will join us as we get going. And if not, that's fine. I know that the questions will pile up as always on the side. If you're waiting, you can hit the thumbs up button. I saw it go up already. Actually, there's already 4 of them and there's only 7 of you in here. So maybe that's most of you guys already. And I'll say a couple things and then I have a special guest coming down. I know that I didn't bring anyone down on Monday because it wasn't Sunday, but one of the 3 emo kids has decided that they will come down, and they will come down basically in the next 5 minutes, I think. So we will do it at the start of tonight's live stream, and then I'll bounce back and I'll answer questions after that as well. So a couple of things that happened since Monday when we did it. The biggest one I'd say is Jacob Markstrom did a Zoom call with reporters, and I vlogged about this already, but he didn't say anything that was completely like earth-shattering or things that we didn't know already. But the one thing he did say was, a couple of things that he did say was that he wants to stay in Vancouver, no surprise, and that he would like to finish his career in Vancouver, which is cool. He said that he is indeed healthy and he was ready to go on the last weekend of March when the Canucks had their road trip in California, so that's good news as well. Makes you wish that there was hockey, of course, when to play. Did confirm that it was in the Boston game in middle of February where he got hurt. Didn't say on what play it was, but we think it was when actually Quinn Hughes crashed into him, checking a Boston forward. And then, they flew to Montreal. He knew he couldn't play, got on a plane, head back to Vancouver, and that's when the Canucks traded for Louis Domingue to back up Thatcher Demko. So overall, it was great to hear and great to see that Thatcher Demko was indeed healthy, Jacob Markstrom is indeed healthy, and that he's ready to go. And if the NHL season comes back, that he'll be ready to go and ready to play. The other thing that is making some news is Elliot Friedman's been talking about it. A lot of other people have been talking about it, and I actually saw that. I think Christopher already mentioned it. Is what's going to happen if the draft actually takes place before they pick up the rest of the season or the playoffs? There's a lot of things to unpack there. I'm going to start talking about it now, but as soon as the guest walks through that door, I will stop and I'll revisit it. But I know that the person's coming down, and then he or she, basically, I just gave it away, well, half of it, said that they would be coming down in the next, basically between 10:05 and 10:10. So we'll see what happens. So I can talk about this NHL, the draft thing first. I see Edmund asking about the NFL draft as well, so we'll talk, we can talk about that as well. This whole notion of the draft taking place in June is starting to pick up steam. And Elliot Friedman talked about it. He said that of all the GMs, some were for it, some were opposed, and one GM was really opposed. He didn't say who it was, but basically that they have floated this idea of the NHL draft taking place in June when it normally does, even though they might not pick up the regular season or the playoffs prior to that. The reasons for doing it sooner as opposed to later, there's a lot of momentum from the NFL draft, and I think because of how much attention the NFL draft and positive press it got, I think the NHL might see that and say, man, we should really do it as well and capitalize on the momentum that the NFL. Oh, there he is. So let's bring him in, and then I'll continue this discussion.
It's nice doing it early.
You want to grab Jake? No, you're Jake. Do you want to grab Mickey? Or maybe put him on the couch and see what he does. Or you can hold him, whatever you want.
Okay. No, that didn't work.
Okay. So we do indeed. Dexter, I saw that. Dexter actually wrote my prediction is Kayla's coming down, but then he retracted it as soon as you walked through. Why don't you move in a little closer? We don't have to physical distance. We're father and son.
Sure.
Move over.
I did.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty broad.
I'm taller.
Well, you are taller, and I'm bigger. I'm bigger. Look at this. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I will get back to all of your questions, talking about the draft and stuff. That'll be a great way. But let's start with Jacob. Jacob is coming down tonight. Want to thank him. So we did it on Monday because it wasn't Sunday. The last one I said no kids will come down. I think you were studying or busy, and then Sean was studying. Then even tonight, Sean is studying for a final tomorrow. But this guy, even though very busy with school and very busy going to church with me and busy being an overall good guy.
Do I say something like that?
Well, it's a compliment.
Thank you.
So let's get some questions going to Jacob, and he will answer all of them as long as they are within reason. And then he said he'd stay down here for 10 or 15 minutes. So maybe if we only go for 30 or 40 minutes, say we'll go 10 or 15 minutes with Jake, and then I'll finish it off. Okay, so get your questions into Jacob. You can ask him anything. Canucks, NHL, current events, COVID, hairstyles, bowling, anime, Love is Blind, No Neck Ed, whatever you want to talk about. Let's go. Okay, Alfred, how you doing, Jake?
I am doing well, Alfred. How are you doing today?
Hey.
That's good.
You know he can't answer back, right? No. Okay. James, hey Clay, that's for me. I'm doing great, Jamie. Thanks for coming on. I hope your stream went well earlier today. Jamie Sports Talk More, he does streams on Facebook.
That's good.
Dexter, are you doing well staying on top of your schoolwork?
Yes. I think 2 years ago I had an online course before, so I got the kind of gist of how to manage my time. And especially because I don't actually have to go to school or go out in general, I can schedule my time for the courses much easier. And yeah, it's going well.
Tell them about your cool course that you get a credit for.
Oh, so I talked to my vice principal and asked him, is there a possible way to get courses for bowling? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then he set me up with a course for bowling. I don't really have to do much. He just knows that I bowl, and therefore I get credits for it.
So you got credit for being a two-time national champion?
Yeah, we're spending my time at the bowling alley.
See, that's impressive. See,
Good stuff.
they didn't have that when I was going to high school.
What kind of credit would you get for?
Like for real subjects.
Like?
French. Do you have to take French?
Yes, I do have to take French.
Science.
Yep.
Physics, chemistry.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, not that different. Jamie, hey Jacob, how's it going with you, buddy?
I'm going good, buddy. Things are good. Happy.
Awesome.
Good.
Alfred, I'm doing well, thank you. So he answered back. He
good.
says, Jake, when you chell,
Yep.
aside from the Canucks, which teams do you like to play with and why?
Ooh,
good,
okay.
Good question.
I like to play with the All-Stars all the time. Pacific, because of McDavid. He's in Pacific,
Yeah.
right? Metropolitan's really good, too. When we play as normal NHL teams, though, I do like the Blues, St. Louis Blues, as well as the... Boston.
Why do you like St. Louis?
St. Louis because they won last year.
Good. And why Boston?
Chara. I like taking huge slap shots and then seeing what the goalie would do.
So I did explain to them last time when we play that we have to do 3 random squares,
Yeah.
and you can pick one of those 3 teams, or if you don't like any of those 3, you can take a chance and click it a 4th time.
Yeah,
So
it's good.
tell them about our games usually.
Our games, like the 3-on-3s.
Yeah.
So the 3-on-3s are really cool because you can either get the regular pucks or the money pucks, either up to +3 points in one goal or -3 on the other person. So it's really interesting. Our games, he knows what he's doing in hockey. Like he knows like strategy. I don't, but I think I have better controller sense, which is because I'm young.
Are you saying my fingers are too fat?
But it's good. My main move is wait for a mistake and then go on a breakaway 2-on-1 and then just go on one side of the goal and then cross crease to the other guy.
That's
Is
the
it cross
only.
crease?
Yeah, that's the only way you can score.
Yeah. Deking's once every 5 or so.
No.
Yeah, my dekes are good.
It's embarrassing losing to him. Guy don't know anything about hockey.
That's true. You should be embarrassed.
I am embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed.
I am. Edmund, Jacob, egg McMuffins or sausage McMuffin?
I don't like eggs, so sausage, yeah.
And I'll do a bacon and egg McMuffin. That's what I like.
That's good.
Yep.
Yep.
Jamie, what's your favorite subject in school?
Now that before everything went online, I did enjoy my what class is that? My chemistry class. It's fun because the teacher is actually really fun. She used to go to school with Dad.
She used to like me.
Irrelevant.
I used to like her,
Irrelevant as well.
but it never happened.
Mom's upstairs.
Yeah, she didn't watch these things.
And my what was I gonna say? But the subject that I actually do well in, usually better than others, is math. But I don't like it.
Oh, you're good. You're
Yeah.
too humble.
Pre-cal.
You know how to add up bowling scores.
That's right. That's difficult.
Yeah. Dexter, speaking of bowling, Jacob, when you're bowling, how do you put so much spin on the ball right before it gets to the pins? That's a good question.
Yeah, so the point of where the ball actually spins is all down the lane. It's only because the oil only goes for about 40 feet of the 60-foot lane. And when it hits that dry spot where the oil is no longer, it hits the friction, that's where it starts to curve. So it looks like the curve's only there, but it's actually on the release where all the curve gets imploded.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the bowling alley is covered with oil, and the reason why you see so much variation in scores, even when in pros, is they have different oil patterns, and the more oil there is, the less the ball spins, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's basically spinning. It's doing the same thing the whole way down, but there's less oil near the pins, and that's why Jacob's ball seems to react so violently in the last 20 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's why, I don't know if anyone slipped on a bowling lane.
And there's so much oil, I think about 25 to 30 milliliters of oil right on the front.
Yeah.
So if you step, there's a foul line for a reason. Many people.
Then you see some goofball trying to be funny and step over the foul line, and the guy falls on his butt.
Yeah. But.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Next.
Edmund, Jacob, are you going to try to one-up your brother and get a girlfriend once this pandemic is over?
I can get a girlfriend during this pandemic, but no, I'm fine.
How are you going to get a girlfriend during this pandemic when you're not
Just-
allowed to see the person?
Just text the person.
That's
And then
not.
you
That's
say,
not.
hey, do you want to call? Hey, look at my TikTok. It has a lot of views. Date me.
Okay, what's your TikTok at? Since we've talked
My
about
TikTok is now at 530,000 views.
it, 500,000 views.
Yeah.
That actually beats my best YouTube video of 300,000.
You're getting there.
What's your TikTok name, just in case any of these guys want to follow you?
It's our last name, Emo, and then my initials JI, then 16. Therefore, it spells out emoji 16. Yeah. I'm cool.
Why 16?
It's my birthday day.
September 16.
Yes.
And you're 16.
Yeah, and you can buy me anything you want on that day.
Yeah, you'll probably start showing up on these live streams more often in September, I think.
Why?
To get gifts.
Oh, to get gifts.
You know,
I was a bit slow there.
yes. Alex, Clay, what actor do you follow? Do you think would make a good NHL player, coach, GM? I don't follow a lot of actors. My favorite actor is Denzel Washington, but I'm not sure. You don't see a lot of African Americans play hockey, but he could be a really good coach. He'd be the best motivator for sure. He'd have some rousing intermission speeches and pregame speeches. He asked the same question to you. Think of your favorite actor.
Actor?
Yeah, and do you think he'd be a good hockey player, coach, or GM?
Actor, that's a guy.
Or actress.
Jackie Chan.
And what would he do?
Foreign teams. Farm teams. That's what it's called?
Foreign team or farm team? Which one? Farm team is the guys that are trying to make it to the Canucks.
Yeah, let's do that.
Foreign
There.
team is actually international.
I think he'd be a general manager, and then he'll, I don't know, it'd be hard to understand him. And then they'll be more motivated to get out there. Boom. NHL.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Alfred, Jake taking the pride winning over you, Clay. Yeah. What are your styles of play? Play with skill or physicality? Well, I know I play with physicality. I just try and, this is talking about NHL. I just try and nail guys in the corner or in front of the net. And when I miss, he gets his 2-on-1. How do you play?
I stay aggressive. I like on defense. Defense is defensive aggressive. Use the poke check button a lot to stick.
But then when we play 5-on-5, he gets a penalty every 2 minutes.
I think we got, if 5-on-1s were a thing, because of 4 people in the penalty box, that would have happened to me. Yeah.
Dexter, why do you bowl 2 hands instead of 1?
When I was 6 years ago, a friend of mine challenged me, like did a dare, said, do you want to throw in 2-hand? So I tried it and got a strike. I stuck with it from them, but even going in before that, I wanted to do the 2-handed thing because I saw it on YouTube. But it didn't work for the first few months, so they switched me and then I switched back.
Oh, I didn't know they switch you out of 2-handed.
Yeah, so I got a ball fit for me one-handed.
Yeah. But then you sucked with one hand.
I was very bad one-handed.
Alfred says different oil pattern brings different challenges too. Right?
Yep.
Like, so what's one challenge that a different oil pattern brings?
Yeah, so throughout the lane, there's 40 boards width-wise, not length. Each board is about 1 inch wide, and each board can have a different volume. So usually for the easier patterns, there's a lot of volume in the middle, and then it's dry on the outside. So if you miss it to the outside, it can come back, and if you miss it in the inside, it'll stay. But for the harder patterns, it's called flatter, where all the oil is more similar in volume. Therefore, you have less miss room.
Less miss room, exactly. I need a lot of miss room, right?
Yes.
Clay, this is Shelly. Be careful, you're stepping on thin ice. No problem, I will watch myself. Thank you, Shelly. I'm not sure what that's referring to, but I'm always watching myself. Dexter, it's all right, Clay. It's easier to get famous on TikTok than it is on YouTube.
True.
That's true.
That's true.
And I'm not saying you are, but many TikTokers are one-hit wonders, right?
I am one-hit wonder.
No, I didn't say it's you.
I will not make another one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're just going to go out with a 550,000 average?
Nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah, I've been doing this YouTube thing for 10 years. And that's why we're making the big bucks. Just kidding. We're hardly making any bucks.
I don't get anything.
Well, you don't deserve... I don't do this for the money anyways. I do it for the love of the people.
You can donate.
And the love of my hockey team. Yeah. That
should not move
I should do like this. Okay. Dexter, if you ever need oil for your bowling lane, bring in Travis Green. He'll hook you up because of the greasy lettuce.
Greasy lettuce,
you knew that? Okay,
I
you knew that.
understood
Okay.
that one.
Edmund, Jacob, once restrictions are lifted, what's the first thing you'll do right away?
Bowling.
Yeah. I miss bowling. We also love entertaining here at our house, like having people over. So that's certainly one thing we've missed. And of course, our church activities have changed a lot too.
Yeah.
Because technically there's no public masses and everything. But Jacob and I go 3 times a week because we actually live stream. Speaking of live streams, we actually live stream the masses to our church channel. All right, we'll keep Jake for 2 or 3 more minutes. So fire in any questions. Your last minute questions for Jacob, then I'll let him go study and then get ready for tomorrow morning. Edmund says, I want to get a haircut and go on a date.
Those are 2 very good things to do.
Yes, often go hand in hand. Yeah.
The date will cut your hair.
No, you cut your hair
Just-
before you get
yeah.
the date. Dexter, are there any bowling alleys you hate to bowl at because of the oil, or are they all the same?
Ooh, not specifically the oil.
Dexter's from Nanaimo, so he knows Splitsville.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like Splitsville. It's not bad. There are bowling alleys I don't like specifically because either the lane surfaces are too old, therefore it's a bit more beat up, or the actual facility is too dark or too crammed. There's a few of them. I don't think I can give any specifics, but
What's the one you like to bowl at?
I don't like any one more than ours. Lucky 9 Lanes in Richmond.
Yep, Lucky 9 Lanes. Alfred, what are your favorite modes to play in Shell? Like, what's your favorite game?
3-on-3 is really nice, mainly because I do have like the multiple players and it's easy for the other person to mess up. And
For ones, we always get thrashed by Sean.
yeah, Sean's good.
It's ridiculous.
It's not fun.
Yeah. Jacob, what movie would you like to live in? I'm not sure that means maybe star in. I don't know.
Sorry, like if there was a movie, an existing movie.
Sure.
If I lived.
Yeah, don't pick up bad.
What's the next question? Go.
Just pick a movie.
I was gonna say Hunger Games,
Fine.
but no. Why would I want to live in that?
Yeah, you might get shot. Edmund, for real,
No one has gun.
do people trash talk in the tournaments you play in?
They all bowlers are smug. They'll say little things under their breath sometimes. I do the same, or maybe I'll cough when they're bowling.
That's so cheap,
I'm just
man.
kidding. But yeah, a lot of people trash talk, whether they're trying to be funny about it or try to subtly do it.
There's a bunch of weirdos in bowling.
There are.
Yeah. Dexter, have you ever played in the arcade at Splitsville? It's pretty fun.
I have, yes. It's actually one of the best ones I've been at.
Dexter, are bowling girls good looking? Be honest. Like,
I would say bowling is not the sport to find people of the opposite gender that you'd like to date.
well, we gotta be careful here. Just in case there are very nice girls in bowling.
There are. I have many friends that are girls from the bowling community.
Yeah.
Just I wouldn't date any of them.
Why don't you grab them just for the last couple seconds? Then you come back and wind up. Just hold them. We don't want to get anyone in trouble here. Alfred, which NHL player would you like to quarantine with and why? Like, who would you like to hang out with?
Luongo,
Why?
because Luongo's the best.
Yeah, current players. You guys know how much I like Bo. I think Alex Ovechkin would be hilarious. This is Mickey, by the way. Okay, last couple. Dexter, I don't know one good-looking bowling girl.
That's funny.
Wait, of the females that are pros,
There are some attractive female pros. Yeah.
do you think there are any attractive male pros? Like, no, just in general. Not really, right?
I don't think so.
You should
I mean, I'm there.
You're not a pro.
I'm be a pro.
You should change that, though. And then Alfred says, hi, Mickey. And then Dexter says, I have a bowling girl in my class, and she's not good-looking. Who knows? Maybe there is one good-looking... Okay. Dexter, I'm sure there are good-looking bowling girls. You just haven't met them yet.
Yeah. One of my friends is very good looking.
You won't say which one. You better not. No. Okay. Hold Mickey up. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye from me too. Have a good live stream.
Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Ask away. Any Canucks, NHL.
Thanks for coming down.
You're welcome. See you later.
Why don't you take that? Put this stool
Because I have
there.
the dog.
Okay. Close the door.
Close it.
All right.
Good night.
Thanks, Jake.
Yep.
So there we go. A little bonus for you. And now I'm going to fire all the way to the top of the comments, and we're going to rip through these, and let's see if we go for another 20 minutes or so. Okay. HSM Fangirl Gaming, first one in. Oh, Nahal, too bad you just, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Nahal. I'll get to that, but you just missed Jacob, but that's okay. You can catch him on the thing. And yeah, Dexter, I was the first to comment once again, but it went away. And I know Nux649 also had a comment on there, but it went away as well. Maybe you have to stay in the stream. Maybe that's what it is. I think you have to stay in the stream once you leave the comment. HSM Fangirl, if you're still on here, can you confirm or deny that you have to stay in the stream for your comment to stay up there? But that wouldn't make sense, would it? I don't know. Who knows? All right. Hey, Clay, do you listen to any podcasts? And if so, which ones? Very, very fitting question because I went on a bike ride tonight and I loaded up a couple podcasts. So the ones I do listen to, one of them is the Vancast by Thomas Strantz and Jeff Patterson out of the Athletic Vancouver. So I listen to the Vancast. I listen to 31 Thoughts, Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick. And then once in a while, I will listen to something like Canucks Conversation or the Large Cast, many of the local Canucks podcasts here, but I don't admittedly listen to every episode of everyone, but I do listen to every Vancast and once in a while, 31 Thoughts. But I do listen to actually a lot of, I listen to the radio a lot, TSN 1040 and Sportsnet 650. So it doesn't actually allow a lot of time to listen to podcasts, but I do like to listen to them when I'm riding my bike or going for a walk. Never a jog, either bike or walk. And I make sure that I don't have, I don't have it on too loud. So I'm alert, so I know what's going on around me. So Chris' first comment says, yeah, someone should come down tonight. And that was a response to Nux649 who said, who's coming down tonight? But Nux649's comment disappeared. So I'm not sure what happens there. But yes, so I'm glad that that you came down. I mean, that Jacob came down, and it was a nice little treat. Hope you and your family are well. We are indeed well. Thanks, Chris. And here we go. This is what I was starting to. What is your opinion that the NHL might have a draft before the season is finished? Okay, yes, Dexter, I know you asked too, so thank you. Forgot to mention you. Okay. If the NHL draft is in June, the pros are this: that it happens in regular time of the year, end of June, that they capitalize on how well the good publicity that the NFL got from their draft tonight. A couple other things that brought up, that was interesting, Elliot Friedman brought up, is what about not the players or the coaches, but scouting staff and and front office members, a lot of their contracts end on June 30. So if you have a team that you're losing either scouts or front office guys, maybe you want to do the draft before June 30, right? Before all that happens. Now, of course, there are a lot of negatives to this. If the season doesn't end, how do you do reverse order of standings? How do you determine draft order? What about the conditional picks? The Canucks have two important ones, right? This year, if they don't make the playoffs, they get to keep it, but if they make the playoffs, their pick goes to New Jersey via Tampa Bay because of the JT Miller trade. There's another conditional second round pick that Tyler Toffoli, we lose our second round pick if Toffoli resigns. But if he doesn't resign, then we get to keep our second pick. But what happens if you do the draft before, if you know if Tyler Toffoli is going to resign? So there's a lot of really, really weird kind of scenarios. And then, of course, if they do an expanded playoff, you could have a team that wins the draft lottery and then goes on to win the Stanley Cup. And that would be crazy. So there's a lot of negatives or questions they got to figure out. But that's not to say they can't be creative and come up with something that's relatively fair and relatively equitable. But you might not get all 31 teams agreeing, right? But maybe you don't need complete consensus. You just need a well thought out plan. So leave a comment below. I'd love to know if you guys think that you'd rather see the draft in June or if you'd rather see the draft whenever the season ends, whether that's July, August, or September. But very, very, very interesting ramifications for sure. HSM Fangirl, what was your favorite part of the Disney family sing-along? Mine was the HSM reunion. Yeah, that was my second favorite part. I thought the high school musical reunion was good. But actually, my favorite song, there are a lot of corny ones, but my favorite one was the Hawaiian girl who sang the How Far I'll Go from Moana. I thought that was excellent. I thought, she didn't use any camera tricks or any auto-tune. I thought she's just a naturally really good singer. I thought that was the best performance, quite frankly. Alfred, hi Clay. Hello, Alfred. I hope everyone is well and healthy. We are indeed. Thank you. Armin, what are your thoughts on the plan in place for the NHL to possibly resume in the 4 proposed cities in July? Yeah, that's another thing that Ellen Friedman's talked about. Before they were talking about neutral zone cities, but it sounds like they moved away from it and they're looking at one city per division. So you have Edmonton for the Pacific, you have Minnesota for the Central, you have Carolina potentially for the Metropolitan, and then you still have to find one for the Atlantic. It can't be Florida or Tampa Bay. It will likely not be Boston, or it'll likely not be Toronto or Montreal or Ottawa. So then you're left with either Buffalo or Columbus, I guess, would be the other two. So maybe one of those two would work, probably Buffalo. So you kind of pick like, not weird cities, but the cities that you kind of think there aren't the most biggest metropolitan cities ever. So Edmonton, Minnesota, Raleigh, Carolina, North Carolina, and then you have Buffalo. So potentially those are the 4 cities. What are your thoughts? I think it's fine. If it's a way for the NHL to continue playing and continue playing safely, I think it's fine. Like, I think the NHL has to be creative as they look at ways to resume the season. Great question, Armin. Jackie, hello. Hello, Jackie. Dexter retracted. Edmund, hey, Clay, what do you think of the NFL draft today? I thought it was great. I only watched the first 10 picks. Then I had to take care of, do dinner and take care of some other things. But I thought they did it well. I was surprised it took so long to do I didn't know it was 10 minutes between every draft pick. And apparently that's what it's like in a non-COVID year too. Like it's always like that. But I was just really, really surprised that it took so long, that the draft picks took so long. And I thought they did it well. I thought the Roger Goodell piece was really, really funny at the start when he actually acknowledged that he's not the most popular guy, and they had plants booing him when he went to the TV, which was actually quite funny. And yeah, Dexter, I'll talk about it more. Actually, it popped up right now, so I can talk about it. Basically, they had Roger Goodell, and then they had a panelist of 6 or 7 guys who would talk about either the pick they predicted for either number 1 or number 2, and then basically for the rest of the guys, they would do highlight packages after the guy was picked. Then they had cameras in about 60 players' homes. And then because there's a bit of a tape delay, it wasn't always live. Sometimes they'd make the pick, then they would show footage of the draft pick getting the call from the GM about a minute before, so it looked like it was live. Or they showed footage of the draft pick about a minute later after the tape delay went by and that he's celebrating with his family. But it was actually very well done because the 7 analysts, they really, really carried the show in between every pick. So it went Roger Goodell, then the pick announces the pick, then the analysts talk for a couple minutes, then they show footage of the family celebrating, then back to the analyst, and the next pick is in. And that went on for a little while, and I thought it was really, really well done. It was as well done as you could expect for something like this. So maybe the NHL wants to do something similar, seeing now that it can be done and done well. Edmund, Clay, safe to say that given how the cap goes, I think it's going to go down, and I really don't see Toffoli coming back now, if that's the case. Yeah, it's going to be tough, because did Toffoli get a good enough impression of the Vancouver Canucks in only 10 games? And Jacob Markstrom sounds like he's going to be the priority. So there's not a lot of money to go around, but the Canucks could get creative, get rid of some other guys, or maybe make some really tough decisions on guys like Tanev, Stetcher, and Virtanen. You can find the money, but you also have to fill out your roster as well. That's a great point, Edmund. I would love to see Toffoli come back. I want to see that top six of Pettersson, Miller, Toffoli, Besser, Pearson, and Horvat. I want to see that, but we will see. Okay, then we had a bunch of questions for Jake, so I can skip over all those. And then back to questions for me, which is here. Okay, here we go. Clay, I was the first comment once again, but it went away for some reason. This time I have a screenshot. Okay, send that to me later over Twitter, Dexter. I want to see the screenshot, but I believe you, because I did see that you and Nux were in here early as well. Dexter, no way HSM stays in the stream for almost 2 hours before it starts. HSM, I don't know if staying keeps your comment there or not. It might be that it's too early to comment, and I stay for two, and she does stay for 2 hours before the live stream. Wow, that was that's very impressive, HSM Fangirl. I know we talk on Instagram as well, so I really appreciate your loyalty, and it means a lot to me. Thank you. And it doesn't matter if you're first or last, or you don't even comment. The fact that you make every one of these streams, many of you make every one of these streams, even for a little bit, I really appreciate you, because it'd be no fun if I was talking to myself, obviously. HSM Fangirl, oh no, I just said that. Dexter, I also asked if anyone was coming down tonight. Yep, you and Nux, thank you. Nahal, imagine if we don't get to resign. Where's Nahal's other one about? Oh, here. Hey, Clay, sorry I'm late. It's my birthday, so I was hanging out with my family. Awesome. Nahal, happy birthday. I think you're turning, what, 16 or 17? Put it in the comment. So I won't sing to you, because I would not want to, make you upset with me. Next time I'll play a song on the piano. Oh, you're only 14. You're so mature. Actually, I could go over the piano and play you a happy birthday song. Should I do that? Let's do that. Hold on. Let's just do something fun. I'm going to unhook you guys, and I'm going to bring you over to my piano. I can bring you over here. I didn't bring the tripod or anything, but let's do this. Okay, it might fall, but I'm going to put it like this. Wait, you ready? You can't see the keys, but you know it's me playing. How's that for a little bit of live music on this live stream? I think that's the first time I've done that. Maybe it'll be the last, or maybe not. Maybe that's the substitution for rapping. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm going to put you guys back in my tripod. Wait, you guys still here? Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was kind of fun, actually. Maybe I should bring that to, maybe I should do more piano playing during the live streams. Maybe not. So Nahal, happy 14th birthday. Thanks for always being here. And that was kind of fun, actually. That was kind of cool, if I may say so myself. Wasn't my best piano playing ever, but hey, not bad for, I guess, impromptu. Okay, so once again, Nahal, happy birthday, and just be grateful that I play the piano as opposed to singing. Okay, let's keep going. Nahal, imagine if we don't get to re-sign Markey. Hopefully we re-sign him. Yeah, after, I talked about this in my vlog, actually. After I saw that Zoom interview, it made me want to sign him more, because he wants to be here. But we'll see. There's a lot, what else is he going to say? He's not going to sit in the live stream and say that he doesn't want to come back to Vancouver. So might be negotiation, might be his honest feelings. There might be a combination of both, but we will see. HSM, why do you stay in the stream 2 hours before it starts? Don't you get bored? I'll let her answer. I presume, though, she's not just sitting here staring at her screen. I'm sure she's got other things going on while she's waiting. But yeah, but I appreciate it regardless. Nahal, I would pick Marky over Demko because he is Marky and he's insane. Yeah, I really like Demko. I've talked about this so many times, you guys, on the stream. I know the Canucks really have high hopes for Demko. I know someone in the organization who said they had Luongo type hopes for Demko. He might still get there. He's really young, don't forget. But Markstrom, he was the MVP once again this season. It'll be very interesting. It'll be very interesting to see if they play hardball in the negotiations with Markstrom or not, because we know, and I've told this many times with you guys, that you don't want to spend too much money on your goaltenders for sure. Gina, speaking of the draft, how do you think the draft lottery is going to work? Ottawa is just lucky this year. Yeah, Ottawa has got their pick. Don't they have another team's pick as well? Gina, to answer your question, I don't know, because it depends on, I've heard that they're going to expand the lottery so more teams have a chance. I think it really depends on when they do the lottery, because if they do it after the season ends, like July, August, September, like really, really late, then you can do the Sharks pick. Thanks, Brock. Then you do have, you can at least go with reverse order of standings. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to be very tough. And then I see someone else said, yeah, so Ottawa has San Jose's pick from the Erik Karlsson trade. Thanks for reminding me, you guys. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't think we will know how the draft lottery works until we know when they're going to do it. And if they do it after the season ends, then you go reverse order of standings like normal. If they do it before, then it's going to be a dog's breakfast. It's going to be very controversial no matter what they do. Alfred, I think they should put the draft later than June, just to be fair. Yep, you would not be alone. Now, Clay, what is the difference between the Anaheim Ducks and the Steelings? Steelings have fans. Very good, Nahal. That's good. I laugh even if it wasn't your birthday. That was pretty good, actually. Jamie, hey, Clay, would you think that Sportsnet should bring back primetime sports? We love that show. Yeah, that was a good show. Yeah, obviously they wouldn't bring it up back now because there's nothing to show in prime time. But I'm not sure why they canceled it. Maybe ratings, maybe more regional coverage. I am actually not sure, but that's a good point. That's a really good point. That's good. That's a good question, Jamie. Let's go. How did the draft work today? I didn't even know it was today. Yeah, I talked about that a bit, Dexter. They didn't say it was Zoom specifically. Someone can correct me, Edmund. I think you watched it. Let me know if they said it was Zoom. They did some sort of video conferencing. It looked like Zoom, but they didn't have any Zoom logos or anything like that. So that's a good question. But it's some sort of teleconferencing for sure. HSM Fangirl, if the NHL draft goes virtual, then Bettman won't be booed. Correct. He won't be booed, or at least he won't be able to hear it. By the way, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, I actually posted a picture last week. I said, anytime I get my ego's too big, I remember that Gary Bettman is taller than me. He's 5'8" or 5'9". I'm only 5'6". Bettman looks short because he's always standing next to huge hockey players, right? Sometimes on the ice. So that adds another couple inches. So Bettman is taller than me, but I think I would get booed a lot less than him. Landon live. Hello, Landon. Brock, I'm so late. No problem. Glad you're here. Dexter, happy birthday to Nahal. Yes. Hope it was a good one. Hello, Clay. Hello, King Angus. Thanks for being here as well. Wow, that's cool. Nahal 14, thank you. Happy birthday, dude. Let's go. I think that was with regard to my piano playing, or it might be Nahal's birthday too. Thanks. Happy birthday, Nahal. Clay can win it. Clay can win a talent show. If the talent was turning on a camera and talking for an hour straight, maybe, but I don't know what else I'd win a talent show in. I do like speaking, I do like music, but there are a lot more talented people than me in both of those things. But we'll see. Haps Nahal. Which player are you representing today, Clay? The only t-shirt I have, Edmund, is Virtanen. My Virtanen shirt. And a pretty cool story. I think I've told it here before. I actually bought this shirt, and then I sat down. It was a preseason game. I sat down in my seat, and then a guy behind me goes, "Hey, nice shirt." It turned out I was sitting in front of Jake Virtanen's parents, so I was able to chat with them throughout the game, and that was the year that Jake Virtanen had just spent in Utica. So he came back from Utica, and I asked the parents, how was the experience? They said, well, obviously he wanted to play in Vancouver, but he learned a lot from Travis Green back in the day, and they said that Darren Archibald was actually Jake Virtanen's biggest influence and role model in Utica. So that was kind of a cool story, but yes, I bought this shirt the day that I didn't know I was sitting in front of Jake Virtanen's parents, which was pretty cool. Brock Besser, good job, Clay. Thank you, Brock. James, awesome, Clay. That's so thoughtful of you to play Happy Birthday. Well, it's one of the only songs I can play off the top of my head, but thank you, Jamie and Shelly. Appreciate that. Nahal, thanks, Edmund Rios. Attaboy, Clay. Thanks, Dexter. Edmund, happy birthday, Nahal. Good job, Clay. Thank you, Nahal. Thank you, Elfrin. HSM Fangirl. I don't get bored. I play Switch or look at Instagram, Twitter, etc. Yeah, thanks, HSM Fangirl. Thank you for loyalty. Thanks for being here so early. Dexter. Okay, what do you watch the streams on? I think she's talking to HSM Fangirl, but we'll see. Brock, Ottawa has the Sharks pick. Yep. Okay, and I asked you last time, if you're still on here, Rome Ticklin or Romadiklin, tell me how you pronounce your name, because like I said, I do appreciate all the thoughtful comments you leave in all of my vlogs every day. Romatiklin or Romidiclin. Let me know, or I'm just gonna call you Rome if that's okay, unless that's a complete butchering of something. Dexter, what do you think of the Craig Button thing I showed you on Twitter? It was pretty funny. I showed it to my boys, Sean and Jacob, and they thought it was funny because they use those jokes all the time. And I'll tell you a funny story because I think this is gonna appeal to like guys like Dexter and Nahal, not because of your mature, whatever. I'll stop qualifying it. I was doing a talk in the States, and I know the Bofa joke, but I asked for an answer, and one of the kids said Bofa. And those of you who know what we're going to get to are probably laughing already. So I said, what's Bofa? And then the guy says, I can't even say it. It says, Bofa D's nuts, right? He says that. I start cracking up, but I wasn't even upset. Like, this is a Catholic camp. His chaperone was mortified. I was like, "Oh, Clay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." I said, "No, it's fine. I have teenage boys." I was just more mad that that they got me on it because I know these ones. But yeah, not my finest moment. So, anyways, Dexter, thank you for that clever thing. I showed it to the boys and they loved it. And I can't believe Craig Button fell for it. That's pretty funny. All right, more jokes. Dexter, what does the Titanic and the Leafs have in common? They both collapse when they hit the ice. Ha, ha, ha. Very good. Nahal, yes, likes that. Edmund, it felt like Zoom, I think, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Yeah, I agree with you, Edmund. It did feel like Zoom in the NFL draft for sure. Edmund, John Tortorella and Willie Darjetan are only 5'8" too. Yeah, so short, yes, but still taller than me, which isn't saying much. Landon, do you think Chris Tanev will have to go in these next couple of years? Great question, Landon. I'd say he's the third of the big three, right? Markstrom, Toffoli, and Chris Tanev. He did play all 69 games this season, even though he got hurt in the 69th game. You could offer him something that they gave Edler, just a 2-year deal with no protection, and see if he takes that. He seems like he'd want to be a Canucks lifer as well. So to answer your question, I think he'll have to go? Oh, man. If he's willing to take a bit of a shave or a pay cut, not shave his hair or beard, or not a pay cut, but if he's willing not to take less here, that's the only way I think the Canucks keep him. But remember, Brogan Rafferty is a right-hander. Trampkin can play on the right side, even though I don't like Trampkin that much. So maybe between Tanev and Stetcher, they're only going to keep one of them, and Stetcher's going to be a lot cheaper. But do they like Stetcher's game enough to keep him over Tanev? Such a tough question. Jamie, the Jamie Sports Talk Facebook live show went well. Awesome, great. Good. Dexter, laughing. What a beauty. Oh, I'm sure he's talking about the Bofa. So it is, Rome Ticklin. Rome Ticklin. Is that right? Rome Ticklin. Okay, I'm going to call you Rome if that's okay. But regardless, I do appreciate all your wonderful feedback. I'm going with Rome. It took me like a month to learn Nahal's name, so thanks for sticking with me. HSM Fangirl, I just want to get on the live stream before everyone starts commenting at the same time. Oh, very clever. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rios, did anyone see PD's sick beard? Yeah, I saw it. It was an interview, right? He did with a Swedish either channel or paper. I actually Google translated that whole thing. I'm going to talk about that in my vlog tomorrow. Yes, but I did see a sick beard, and it looks decent. PD with a beard is an interesting sight, says Nahal. Dexter, what's the worst goal horn in the league that you hate to listen to because it hurts your ears? You know, Dexter, that's a great question. I actually don't pay attention to the goal horns. I just hate hearing them when it's the opposing team scoring in their home rink when the Canucks are there. But actually, I can't really picture one that I hate, but I love to hear your feedback. And then whatever you say, I will go look them up. Those annoying goal horns. But yeah, I don't have one off the top of my head. I know I hated when Chelsea Dagger played. Every time Chicago scored, I hated that song, but I can't really think of goal horns. Betty, yes, Clay, if you can't cut your hair, you will grow it. So Betty, I don't know if you're making a comment about this. Yeah, this is at the 3-week mark. It'll be 3 weeks this weekend, so that means I'm shaving it off on this weekend. So it will be short the next time I come on here. which will be Sunday. But yes, it is. And I'm getting old. You can start to see, can't really see it, but I got a patch of white hair. It's balding too, but a patch of white hair. So I do look like a skunk a little bit, but I'm not sure you can really see in this light. You can see my daily vlogs though. Gina, what direction do you think Edler is going to be going in the next few years? I think he's on his way down already. That's why the Canucks only signed him for 2 years, and he's already finished one of those years. So I think Edler's best days are behind him, but he's still good. He's still a good second pairing guy. It's just that we've had to play him as a top pairing guy. And I think that's the issue with the D, right? After Quinn Hughes, there isn't a lot of depth there. Really, really solid depth. Like Edler, Tanev, Myers, all NHL players for sure. But I think Edler's definitely on his way down. Dexter, definitely the Hawks goal. Yeah, Petey gonna make his own charity foundation. Yeah, sounds really good. Obviously inspired and learning a lot from the Sedins. Mine is Anaheim. It's awful. Okay, I'll look that up. Rome, you're welcome, Clay. Enjoy the topics you present your vlogs. Thanks a lot, Rome. I appreciate that. You know, I try not to do too many clickbaity, speculative ones. But I am always looking for new things to do. That's why I've done some more Zoom interviews recently. I'm gonna get back to making some reaction videos. Gotta not just do games that the Canucks win. I gotta do some that they lose as well. But definitely have some things lined up for the next little bit for sure. But thank you, Gina. The Capitals goal horn is awful. The siren is just atrocious. Okay, so I got to look up Anaheim and Washington. Alfred, what do you say when Hughes scores? What do I say when Hughes scores? I'm not sure if that's gonna be a riddle or something. But we'll get to that. Hey, you guys remember when I did those 10 not jokes? That was really bad, right? Dexter, to be honest, the Canucks goal horn is pretty bad. I don't think it's that bad, actually. Dexter, Edler and minor penalties, a true love story. Yeah, there's not a hooking or holding penalty that Edler did not like, for sure. Edmund, do you get to your wife to cut your hair? Only at the end. So I cut everything. I shave it. It takes me about 10, 15 minutes. And then she just comes in and she cleans up the back. Because I'll shave the back for sure, but then she'll clean up the bottom, right, to make sure it's level, and then she'll even out anything around my ears. But generally, I cut my own hair, and then Gail finishes it off. Jamie, when the CFL starts back, how far do you think Lions will go this upcoming season? They made some good changes. Mike Riley, of course, we want him to do a bit better. Change the coaching staff. I think they'll make the playoffs, but it's so tough to say. Like, I can't even remember. They were pretty bad last season, right? So I think they'll make the playoffs. For sure, with the new coaching staff and hopefully a healthy Mike Riley. I like them to make the playoffs. Betty, if we skip the season, how would you feel if we did a 100-game season? I don't think they will. I think that's too long of a season. I think if we skip the season, they just come back with a full 82-game season next year. I don't think it'll be 100 games, to be honest with you. Gina, Canucks goal horn would be 100% better if they kept Holiday. Yes, that is the favorite Canucks goal song of all time. Dexter, I'm talking about the horn, not the song, but I agree. Yeah. I like the Capital goal horn. Okay, I'll look it up. Someone likes it. Answer, that's Hughes. Okay, Alfred, that was pretty bad, but thank you. That's Hughes. Hughes goal by Hughes. Huge goal by Hughes. Thank you. Rios, Clay, do you miss the Canucks old goal horn song, the last year one? No, I don't. I can't remember now. Actually, I just saw a vlog that talked about all the Canucks goal songs, the goal horn songs. But this one, the one that they do this year is actually, I don't mind it actually. It grew on me pretty quick actually, especially when they cut down the intro and then we were all cheering it. I don't mind this year's, but I can't remember last year's. I'll have to go look it up for sure. Clay, the worst ones are the Canadians. I'll look that up. Dexter, my top 3 goal horns are Calgary, Rangers, and Pittsburgh. I don't know them, but I did talk about last time how the Calgary goal horn, when they score, the flame is so strong that wherever you're in the arena, especially up top, you feel the flame, you feel the warmth. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I have to look up these goal horns. I'm not sure about all of them for sure. What else we got here? It looks like my stream is freezing on my computer, but it looks like you guys are fine here. So let's keep going. There are a few more. Oh, have you watched The Last Dance yet? The first 2 episodes? No, Edmund, great question. I'll be watching that this weekend for sure. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard a lot of good feedback about the shows, the Michael Jordan documentary on Netflix. So I will check that out this weekend for sure. Good question. Kaigan, hi Clay. Hello Kaigan, thanks for being here. Gina, remember when the Canucks did personalized goal songs? Baton Rouge is just etched in my head. Yes, you got some country with Sutter and other guys. But yeah, the personalized goal songs I think was a cute little novelty, but I think the novelty wore out pretty quick, as novelties usually do. Betty, last year's was holiday. Was last year's holiday? Did they only change it this year? Well, then that's good. Then I did like last year's. Then I thought it was 2 years ago, but I believe you. I'll have to look up that vlog that I saw, or that blog I saw about goal songs for sure. Alfred, it was pretty bad, but you laughed at my joke anyways. Yes, I did laugh, but I laugh at everything. Not that wasn't funny, but it was just kind of funny. Alfred, Rangers goal song has been along for a long time. I would believe that. Rios, the cannon of CBJ is scary. Yeah, that thing is loud, and we've seen footage of people not expecting it. I don't know how you can't expect it when you go to those games, but maybe you're a visiting team. That thing is loud for sure. Ooh, Dexter, good question. Nicest home jerseys in the league. Wow. Nicest home jerseys in the league. I think I said this before. I do like the original 6 jerseys. As much as I don't really like the team, even though I'm over it now, I think I like the classic Chicago jersey. I really do. The colors are really striking. I don't like anything too new age. I must admit I like the Canucks black skate jersey. I think that looks sick. I really, really do. That's a great question. I'm trying to think of some other teams. I like the simpler the better for sure. So, yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd say Chicago's home jersey. I really like that one, just nice and simple. And I like the Canucks black skate jersey as well. Dexter, how many pounds do you think Jake has gained? I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen. I'm not on his Instagram all the time, so I don't know if he's gained weight, lost weight, if he's in good shape. I hope that he's in good shape. Like you said, yeah, maybe he didn't gain any weight. And then Betty, best arena is the NHL. Maybe you mean best arena in the NHL. I've only been a few, but I answered this last time. I loved my experience at the Vegas Golden Knights Arena, T-Mobile Arena. I was actually watching Vegas play Minnesota, so I was cheering for Minnesota because they were in the other, obviously Vegas is in our division, Minnesota isn't. But it's so over the top there, but they do everything so well. It's a lot of fun to watch that game. And yeah, so I've only been to 5 or 6. I'm not been lucky enough to go to many, many arenas throughout the league. But the best in-game experience was definitely Las Vegas. It was outstanding. It was outstanding. Dexter, what do you think of Rogers Arena layout? I think it's fine. I think the concourses are okay. They're not the biggest. Like I think of other arenas, San Jose's, where I went to the All-Star game, was a lot bigger, and there's more room to move around. It can get a little crowded, so I think the concourses could have been bigger. In the actual arena itself, I think the sightlines are fine at Rogers Arena. So I guess it's average from what I've seen, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It is getting old though when you think about it. As nice as the arena is getting up there. I think we moved in the mid 90s, 95, 96, 97. So yeah, I think it's okay. Betty, Clay, would you get mad if we put the Vancouver logo back on the jersey? No, I wouldn't get mad. I don't get mad at a lot of things, but I'm not sure if they would do that because I think although the team's called the Vancouver Canucks, they want to make it more about the province's team, but they're not going to say BC. So I'm fine with it, just the Orca on there. Dexter, what can the Canucks do to improve the in-game experience? I think Al Murdoch and I talked about this a lot on our Zoom call. I think they've done a lot better, especially this season with the 50th anniversary. Everything from the zombie video to the fun contests. Better in, I don't know, you could say more contests, but that's just because you want more chances to win things. I actually like the in-game experience. I do think they can be a little more risky. Like the Canucks game presentation, the Canucks team have always been known as quite risk neutral throughout the league or risk averse. And I think they're getting more playful. They're not afraid to do more goofy things like parody stuff that I'm involved in. So I think they're doing better. I do like the in-game experience when I'm there for sure. There's really not much I can complain about, to be honest with you. Rome, do you think Pettersson is capable of reaching 100 points? I think he is capable. I don't know if he will, but I could see him being a typically 80 to 85 point guy, but he could explode, especially if a power play explodes for a season. I could see him getting 100, but I don't think it's a guarantee for sure. What do you think, Rome? Let me know. Gina, I know it's early, but for the expansion draft, who is Vancouver going to let go? Yeah, it's at the end of next season. We talked about this 2 live streams ago, protecting 7, 3, and 2. I think at that time, who knows? They might even expose, depending on the contract, they might have to expose Jacob Markstrom or Thatcher Demko, which would be crazy. But maybe Seattle doesn't take one of those guys because they're other good goaltenders. I think on the blue line, you're protecting a guy like Quinn Hughes. You're probably protecting another young guy. Yeah, that's a good question, actually, because I don't know who the Canucks are going to have on their roster back then. And of course, up front, you're going to keep the big ones of Miller and Besser and Horvat and Pedersen. And then who knows after that? It thins out after that, maybe. So you could see guys who are exposed like a Myers, even though he might not get taken, like a Pearson, although his contract might end after next year. I have to look that up. But actually, now that I think about it, I don't think there's a lot of guys actually with contracts that go past 2021, aside from Besser, Horvat, Myers, Miller. And then, of course, Hughes and Pedersen will have their new deals by then, but they're obviously going to get protected. So, Gina, we might have to talk about that in the future, a little bit closer to next year. Rios, have you ever watched a playoff live stream of VGK coverage? If you haven't, you should definitely watch the game where Vegas blew a 3-0 lead. Yeah, I'm actually friends with Louis. That's the guy who I went to the game with in Vegas, was VGK coverage. Yeah, and I went to the game with Louis. We're good friends. We text each other once in a while, and he's the guy I went to the game with. He's hilarious. I've been on a couple of his videos. He's been on a couple of mine. Yes, I went to the game with him, and he's a lot of fun. But I admittedly have not watched that live stream where Vegas blew that 3-0 lead and ended up losing to San Jose. So I will look that up, Rios. Thank you for reminding me. I'll go check that out. Dexter, they need to change the seat color to blue and repaint the railings. Yeah, the railings are getting a little old. I don't mind the red seats, but yeah, they could freshen up a little bit. I love the Canucks goal horn. Yeah, I don't mind it. Alfred, in the All-Star Skills event, which is your favorite event and why? I still like Fastest Skater. I think it's the most fun and it's the most exciting, followed by the hardest shot. So maybe I'm a traditionalist. The shooting accuracy is okay. The breakaway is okay. Any other goofy skills thing, whether it's passing, shooting, okay. But I still like the Fastest Skater. To me, that's the one that's most appealing. Gina, I would appreciate it if I didn't stick to the ground when walking to Rogers Arena. That's a great point, Gina. You do hear there's a lot of stickiness on the concrete. Great point. Dexter, when you watch European hockey, the environment is insane. So many chants and passionate fans. Fun to watch. I wish the Canucks would get that going. Yeah, the Canucks, and I've been there, right? Season ticket holder for the past 9 seasons. It's gotten better, but obviously it gets better when you have a better team. So as the team does better, the more fun it is to go to the arena. Rome, I would agree. I think he's about a 90, 95-point player. If he plays with the right players, stays healthy, he can top 100 in a career season. I agree with you, Rome. Dexter, also the Canucks should switch to the Adidas stick and rink jerseys that Orland Kruback was wearing. Those are nice. They look really good. I agree. Jamie Hayclay, I think that Willie Mitchell would be good for coaching. Yes, he seems like a smart guy, a very good communicator, and very well respected. So yeah, I think he'd be a great coach. Dexter, should the Canucks switch to wearing white jerseys at home? I think they used to do that. Yeah, well, if they do that, then the whole team has to, right? The whole point is, it was nice when the Canucks wore white at home, because then you would see the visiting team's colors, whether it was black or red or dark blue or gray, right? Now we only see white when the other team comes in, or yellow, because that's their away team. So yeah, Dexter, it'd be nice if the Canucks switched to whites, but then everyone would have to switch to whites again. They would switch away from that, whatever it was, 10 or 12 years ago, or even more than that. So that's an interesting point. Maybe it's because they want to sell more of their own home, right? Then you can have a alternate jersey, a third jersey in different colors as a home team. Edmund, what's your favorite All-Star activity for the All-Star game? NBA, I like the three-point contest. I actually like the dunk contest more than the three-point contest. To me, it's more exciting. I appreciate the skill of the three-point shooters, but I go back to the days of Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Steve Francis, and now, of course, guys like what's the guy's name from Orlando? No, he's not even Orlando. Their names are Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon. So I've always liked the All-Star. I like the dunk contest more than I like the three-point contest. Rios, I feel like everyone forgot Barzal win the fastest skater. Yeah, it was good. He shocked the world. Well, shocked McDavid at least. Alfred, my favorite is the hardest shot, because you can see how hard they shoot. Yeah, that's true. And the whole process in slow motion, like the torque of the stick. Yeah, that is cool when they do slow motion and you see the stick bending. That is pretty cool as well. Betty, do you like the LED things when we score a goal? They don't. I'm used to them. They don't do anything for me, nor do they offend me. Actually, I don't mind them. I think it actually the environment, actually, whether it's the pregame or the national anthems or the goals. I don't mind the LED thing. Betty, do you go to a lot of games as well? It sounds like Gina goes to games. It sounds like, Betty, you go to games as well. Dexter, those are cool on the boards. Thoughts on the Canucks DJ? Don't think much of it. I'd rather like Oregon music anyways, but you guys knew I was going to say that. Edmund, have you watched Trump's latest video? It's laughable. No, but I've heard. I will watch that. Rios, the slow-mo of Petey's face after the hardest shot. Yeah, he was impressed by his shot. Jamie, hey Clay, have you watched the Big show on Netflix? No, I have no plans to, but let me know how it is. You can tell I'm going pretty fast now because it's already 11 o'clock, I think. Gina, do you see the NHL letting players go to the 2022 Olympics? Good question. I could see them going for it even more so now because of this lost season potentially. But yeah, that's a very political discussion. But as a fan, I would obviously love to see it. Will they work out insurance and all those things? Who knows? Betty, Clay, if you hit 5K, will you do a house tour? Well, don't hold your breath, Betty, because I've been stuck at 4,400 for a while. And I realize that maybe I'm not doing stuff to grow my channel enough, but it doesn't bother me at the same time. Like I don't do this for the views or for the subs. But yeah, I was hoping to get to 5K a little sooner than I've been going. I've been trending quite slowly, but maybe it'll go up when the Canucks start playing again, or maybe I have to change up some things I'm doing on the channel. But like I said, I don't worry about it too much. If people want to find me, they'll find me. But Betty, I will not wait for 5K. I will do the house tour well before 5K. Dexter, St. Louis Blues have an organist or piano player which is cool. Yes, I'm aware of that. They do some good stuff there. Dexter, any way the Canucks can attract more fans to the games? Well, they're doing pretty well. They're not selling out, but they're getting close to it. I simply think as the team plays better, as people realize what we have in Pettersson and Hughes, that'll speak for itself. Gina, I'm praying for them to go to the Olympics. 2010 was like nothing before. If something like that could happen again, it would be amazing. Yes, indeed. I've talked about the story before. I'll save it for another time. How I was very involved in the 2010 Olympics, not going to everything, but our workplace was right next to BC Place. So we were involved in a lot of the festivities and the pageantry downtown, which is really, really cool. Betty, have you heard the song Justin Trudeau sang? No, I haven't, Betty. Let me know if that's a good thing or bad thing. And Justin Trudeau speaks in a weird way, a very calm way. Yeah, I don't always agree with what he has to say or maybe the views of that party. And I actually think that sometimes he comes across as very well-spoken and very thoughtful. I think other times he uses too many word whiskers and stutters a lot and does a lot of and a lot of, word whiskers, but he's also trying to answer for 35 million Canadians off the top of his head. So I think I'll give him a pass that way. But yeah, he's a decent speaker. And hey, my business, Jamie Sports Talk, has and more as a Twitter account and Instagram account. All right, Jamie, well, I hope you continue to grow on that. All right, let's end it there. It's just past 11. I teased a couple of announcements. So tomorrow, I'll be interviewing actually Lego Rocks, Gio. I'm not going to ding dong ditch him, but I'm going to interview him for my Zoom on tomorrow, and that will be up on Saturday. So we're going to talk about his channel and how he comes up with his ideas, how he's seen the growth of his channel. And so I'm excited to interview Gio tomorrow night. So that'll be up on Saturday. And one that I'm just as excited about next week, I won't spoil the name now, but I have locked in a TSN national broadcaster who has just under 1 million views, 1 million followers on Twitter. Now, if this person ends up tweeting out our Zoom interview, that would be amazing, and that might help my subscriber number go up. Again, not that I'm too worried about that, but we'll see. I will interview this person, and then hopefully it goes very well, and I edit it well, or at least it comes across well, and then I will share that next week. So I'll be interviewing that individual on Tuesday night, and you can be assured that I'm going to edit that so it gets up on Wednesday morning. So I see a couple people speculating. I will not confirm nor deny who it is, if you're right or not, but you may not be correct depending on what, if you look up Twitter followers. This personality, I think Bob McKenzie has more than 1 million followers. And I did say that this person has under 1 million followers. So yeah, so Rio said it's not Bobby, as 1.6, but yes, you can speculate, you can tweet at me later, but I'm sure you guys will not be disappointed. So Lego Rocks tomorrow night, and I will post that on Saturday, and then a TSN personality on Tuesday night, and I will post that on Wednesday morning. So there we go, 2 Zoom interviews to look forward to. Hey everyone, I really appreciate you sticking with me. It's Thursday night in the middle of the week, but I hope you guys have a great week. I appreciate you coming down. I recognize that you could be doing anything else right now, but you instead were with me tonight. I was glad Jacob was able to come down, and I see all you guys now actually, speculating who it's going to be. So I'm excited for your excitement. So thanks again for watching. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you have, though. That's why you're here. If you want to press the thumbs up button, the like button before you get off, I would appreciate that. And tomorrow I'll be vlogging about Elise Pettersson's interview. On Saturday, I'll have my interview with Gio up. Then I'll find something to talk about Sunday, Monday, Tuesday before the big TSN interview on Wednesday morning. So there we go. Some stuff for you to look forward to. Once again, thanks for being with me tonight. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Have a great night. God bless, and go Canucks go. Take care, everyone.